Coach, from just the standpoint of how everybody's doing, and again, I would imagine the routine isn't a whole lot different, but everybody adjusting okay?
Yeah, kids are resilient, especially high school kids. It takes a lot to get them rattled or off kilter. We're trying to keep the same routine, modify little things, but overall it's it's the same plan, same path. We're just trying to stay on that and do what's best for the team and the program along the way.
I would venture to say maybe focus was a little bit hard early, but it seems like everybody's kind of come together there too.
Yeah, last Friday night it was kind of when the game finally came. I think everybody was relieved because there was so much that was going on last week and questions and communications and just things that I've never been a part of, and I don't know if anybody's been a part of. A very unique situation, but I was really proud of our kids Friday night, and like I said, everybody was just happy to get to 7 o'clock, and kind of that was our normal was the Friday night lights. So once we got there, we were all good, and now we're kind of trying to just keep moving.
It's another big week, though. I asked a couple of the other coaches that are involved in all this if this is a lot of fun, and I think from a viewer standpoint, as myself or a fan, it is a lot of fun. Is it fun for you guys too?
It is fun. You can't set it up any better. As far as the four teams that still have a chance are all playing each other. You can't script it any better, and you can't ask for any more. We've kind of shot ourselves in the foot by losing 2 conference games to 2 good teams. One was an overtime game, and last Friday was by 2 points, and that's how it goes. It's a game of inches, and we're inches away from getting a 2-point conversion off a deflected pass, and that's what we told the kids. It's a game of inches, but to have a chance of still getting a share of the title with 2 losses is very unique. Not to mention the uniqueness of what's going on with all 4 teams having a shot and being involved. So
it really shows you every play counts, doesn't it?
Yes, you think about those games early where we beat Winchester by 4. That was a tight game, and everybody that's still in it has had those close games. Knightstown's won several close games, and they're kind of sitting in the catbird seat. But yeah, football, I think more than maybe any other sport, one play, how you react to a certain thing in a 48-minute game, one play can make a difference. So
talk about Hagerstown a little bit. It isn't like you both don't know each other really well, and I would venture to say there's probably not a whole lot of surprises in a game like this. How do you try to get an edge this week over them?
Well, the first thing is different is playing them so late in the season. This new schedule, we're used to playing them in the middle of the season, so it's different because now you have different film on them. You have different games that you're not used to seeing. You kind of get in the pattern of, all right, we've got them against them and them. So that's been fun to kind of break down new things and see different things, but they're much like us, they're still doing what they do, the same stuff on offense with a few new wrinkles. I see a lot of playmakers on their offensive side of the ball, and again, like us on defense, they're doing a lot of the same things defensively. They have 2 really, really good linebackers that have been playing for several years and have a lot of experience in Combs and Gollier, and you have to account for them every play. You have to game plan, away from them or around them, and try to figure out how to neutralize them. They're really good football players.
Yeah, and to talk a little bit about Hicks too. I know he's had another excellent season.
Yes, he's a big kid and he runs hard. The thing on film, to me, he always looks better in person than on film because he's so smooth. Sometimes on film it's tough to see how hard he's running because he's so smooth. He makes a quick cut and he's off to the races. But I know Friday night he'll look good. And again, another kid you have to game plan for. You have to try to take away what he does best and put them in situations where they're uncomfortable. But they have some players. They have some players.
Is their defense, you'd already mentioned the 2 linebackers, is their defense as good as it was a year ago?
I'm not sure. They lost a lot of second. You got Gollier and Oliver. Couldn't remember his name there for a little bit. That you had them on the back end of the defense, and those guys are impossible to replace. But what I see is more of a team. They fly to the ball. They're very aggressive up front. They've had some injuries too, where they've got guys filling in, and it doesn't look like they've missed a beat to me. But I don't know if they're as good a year ago. I know they were really good a year ago. They shut us out up there, so we're hoping to have a little more success against them this time around.
Last thing, Coach, you go on the road on this one, and again with all of the everything that's on the line, and I'm sure it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere too. How do you keep everybody calmed down and just make sure it's an even keel this week?
The best thing that we've told our kids is that we can only control what happens at Hagerstown on Friday night. We can't rely on obviously we're big Bulldog fans this week, and as they are of us, so we've got that going for us. But the good thing about this is we've played in big games the last 3 weeks or more. Centerville, Shenandoah, and Knightstown. When the tournament comes, I think we're going to be ready because of the back half of our schedule. So it's no different Friday night. We know it's a very good opponent. They have everything going their way. They're at home. It's senior night. They win. They have a chance to share the title. So we've got to come in and kind of neutralize their momentum from the opening kickoff that they're going to have last game of the season at home, and we've got to find a way to get it going our way and to make plays. A lot of times when we're on defense, I yell at our kids, who's going to make a play? That's what it comes down to, is who's going to do their job and follow their keys and the game plan and make a play when we need it, and that's what we're going to need consistently Friday.